everybody, and welcome to Guess What? You ask, we answer. And boy, do we have a doozy for y'all today. Let me tell you something. My wife will give you what the question is, but listen, we want to thank you all for tuning in last week. We had a good time last week when we were talking about the subject that we were talking about. So much has been going on. We were talking about
when both the husband and the wife work. Is it the wife's job to come home and cook and make the husband's plate?
All right, we're talking about. So now we're talking about, what's the question tonight?
Tonight's question is it okay or a good idea to shack up or live with someone before marriage?
So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it is not okay to shack up. All right, now what is shacking up? I'm going to give you my version. My version of shacking up is when two people, a male and a female, want to get a place together and live together without getting married, and they say to try out each other. You know, I ask some men about shacking up, and they say stuff like, I need to drive the car before I purchase it. So this is what we're going to do, y'all. We're going to use the word car or driving cars or whatever as the cars being human, so that we can keep it spiritual. All right. So I really believe, and I know that what God's original intention is for a male and a female to get married before they get a place together. All right. Say that. Get married. All right. So I'm gonna let her go ahead and get in on this right here, and then I'll be back.
Well, we're talking about shacking up. It kind of sounds funny, shacking up.
Shacking up, that's what it is.
Shacking up, that's when an unwed couple is cohabitating. In other words, they're trying before buying.
Trying before buying.
Trying before buying. So we want to know your opinion. Is it okay or is it a good idea to shack up or live with someone before marriage? Go ahead and let us know what you think.
Well,
we're coming from a Christian standpoint, so
yeah.
You come from your standpoint, whether it be Christian or not. We want to know what you think. Is it okay or is it a good idea to shack up or live with someone before marriage?
Now, is it okay for someone to shack up or live with someone? Now, we're talking about cars. Remember, we're talking about cars. Now, men have said this, and I'll repeat it. They said, you know what? I want to drive the car around. Some men are treating women like used cars. In other words, they drive the car around, run all up on the curb with it, and do all they want to do, and then take the car back to the car lot and then try out another car. So, you want to get in on that?
I can't get with the car right now, but
all right.
I'm just thinking like some of the questions that come to mind when we consider, somebody say, no, why buy the cow when the milk is free?
Yeah, go ahead on.
Well, some of the questions come up when we're dating. We figure if he has a place and I have a place, why not just come together and pay bills in one place? Why don't we just combine our living spaces, right? Why pay for two separate living quarters?
Hmm.
Then
it's still shacking up, but go ahead. It's still shacking. It's playing house. When I was a kid, I played house. We made some mud cakes and stuff, and we built a little house in the back, and stuff. we made we made some paper dolls and stuff. I played with paper dolls. That's all right. I played with paper dolls, and we made us a place. That's called playing house.
Some call it shacking up. Some call it living together. Some call it roommating. Some call it cohabitation. Regardless of what the terminology.
I got some issues when they talk about.
See how he be interrupting?
All right, go ahead.
Regardless of the terminology that's used, y'all, that's still playing marriage. That's what it is. It's still playing marriage. Some people say, well, we kind of married. No, you either are or you're not. I don't care. If you're living together and you're playing
Playing
marriage
house.
and you didn't say I do, then you ain't.
And you know, for some reason, women, y'all gonna have to do better. Y'all, I'm telling you, y'all have to quit letting these men drive y'all around, drive y'all's cars around, and run all into curves and stuff, and then take your car back and go get another car down the street and go test that car out, and then go get another car after they drove yours around. They just using you, and then what happens is you start getting low self-esteem about yourself. And then another man don't want to be driving around in a car that been drove around by everybody. So I'm just telling you the truth. What you think? Don't nobody want to be driving no used cars too much. They've been drove around. It's okay to have a used car, but not a used car that's been driven by everybody. And everybody know the car been driven by everybody. You know, go ahead.
He got me scared. Well, I just want to say some cultures, they embrace, shacking up.
Yeah.
But we're looking at it from a Christian standpoint. So Christians, we choose to embrace God's original intent.
Right.
His timeless design, y'all. We can't base our decisions on what's popular or what's trending or what's progressive. We have to base it on God's original intent, his original plan.
And God's original plan was for he that finds a wife finds a good thing. Not he that what's that word we're looking for? He that test drive a wife. He said he that finds a wife. Say that, test drive. He didn't say he that test drive a wife. He that finds a wife finds a good thing and would obtain what? Favor. Now see, women, if y'all quit letting these men test drive y'all and just let them look at your car, just let them keep on looking at your car and look at your bumper and look at your grill and all that kind of stuff, but just don't let them. Yeah, y'all be showing them the motor, the engine, the raising the hood all up and all that kind of stuff. And once they get done looking at your motor and stuff, they just gonna go find somebody else and look at their motor.
Somebody said I was young and immature, 21, love-struck, but my family was very traditional. I broke the rule. Well,
I broke my rule. I'm going to tell y'all now.
You broke the rule.
Yeah, I broke the rule. I'm going to tell y'all, when I met my wife, let me just, hold on a minute. Cut.
Just tell the truth.
When
so
I
the
met
truth
her,
will set you free.
we never shacked up. But I did leave a shoe over our house. What I mean by that, I left a shoe and a shirt. And I slept over there every now and then and did stuff like that. But we never shacked up, but I did leave a shoe over the house. So I'm just trying to let y'all know that I wasn't perfect, but when you learn better, you do better. So we're just trying to share with you all how not to get yourself in a situation by allowing some person, male or female, to just be trying each other out for a while. And it's too much mess going on when you're shacking up.
Well, why do y'all think people want to test drive their potential mate? Give me some answers. Why do people want to test drive their potential mates?
They just nasty. Some of them just nasty.
Well, I want them to tell.
Oh, okay. Y'all go ahead and tell them. I'm going to be up front. But anyway, go ahead on.
Gracie been married for 19 years. Congratulations.
Wow.
Why do people want to test drive their potential mates?
Because a lot of, I'm only talking from the man's standpoint, a lot of women allow them to test drive them. If they just say, no, we ain't gonna, I'm not raising this hood, I ain't raising this trunk. You just look at this car all you want to, and then if you want to purchase this car, it's called get married. If you want this car, you get married. And listen, you better jump in this right here, because I'm about to go in on this right here. Go ahead.
Go in on what?
Go in on this test driving.
What about it? You already went in on test driving.
I'm looking at, listen, it's just too much. It's just too much. Too many women get hurt by men by allowing them to go and live with you, and y'all be test driving each other over and over, and then pretty soon he just decides that he's tired of test driving you or driving you. He take you back to the car lot and go test drive somebody else, and they keep on doing that. But if you tell that joker no, I ain't giving you nothing. Even if you're a new car, that means someone that's a virgin, never had sex, then you keep your car new until you get married. If you getting married again, you can just pray to God and say, God, I want you to renew me. I want to be made new and made whole again. And then if someone else, if you're divorced or something happened to your marriage or whatever, then you keep it what your agreement was with God, and don't give that joker nothing. Amen. Don't give him nothing, and just date by being around people. Don't let them come pick you up in the car, and y'all be riding 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all already know what's going to happen. What's going to happen with that? What you think?
Somebody say they want to make sure they got a good car in the end. That's going to last forever.
Yeah, but the only part about that good car is, well, I don't know if you want what I'm thinking about a good car. Because some people have tried out some of these cars. You don't know if it's a car, what kind of car it is. Some of these cars look so dressed up now. You don't know if it's a male car or a female car. I understand you want to try it out and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, that ain't God's plan. God's plan is for he that finds a wife, or the husband to find a wife, and then you two become one flesh. That means that y'all get married, not shack up, not try each other out, and not live together, and not do none of that kind of stuff. That's what we mess up at. Why? How come y'all always got to go live together? I mean, what do you think?
You just going in.
I'm sure it is. I'm sick of the women being hurt by some of these men.
Well, y'all, the Bible you can't find in the Bible where it says thou shalt not live together before marriage, but it does clearly define what marriage looks like, okay? God didn't create Adam and Eve and say, okay, give each other a test drive to see if marriage is an option. Nope. From the beginning of time, God intentionally laid the foundation for what marriage is supposed to look like.
That's what his original intent was.
He said in Genesis 2:24, he says, therefore, a man shall leave his
hold on
father,
a minute, shall leave your mom and daddy. Go ahead on.
Leave his father and his mother.
Keep your mom out your business.
To
all
his
right.
wife,
and hold fast to his wife.
and they shall become
and
one
they two shall
flesh.
become one flesh.
So when you look at Genesis 2:24, you look at the progression in that verse. That's important, y'all. First, God said that the guy needs to leave his dad and his mom
out of their business.
Some of these men been mama to death.
Y'all mean mama
and they're
to
not
death.
looking for a wife. They're looking for a mama. We need to let them know I'm not your mama.
And then they have the nerve to say, some people have the nerve to say, I want to see what kind of person you is, so we need to live together. We need to shack up. And then now here you is being fake, acting like you take baths now. You know good well you wasn't taking no baths, be taking baths now. And some people, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I was going in. But some people, because you're trying to prove something to someone, when you start shacking up, you're trying to
you're being somebody that you're really not.
You're being somebody that you're really not. You're being fake. You're trying to,
You're basically trying to sell a fake product.
Yeah, they're trying to sell a fake product, and the man ended up saying, well, you know what, I want somebody that can cook. So what you do? You start trying to cook. He said, well, I want somebody that know how to make a bed up. And then what you do? You go find out how to make a bed up. And then they say, I want somebody that got a big breast. Then what you go do? You go find somebody, then you go down to the doctor, and then you have that all done all up and all that kind of stuff. And then the man end up leaving, you getting somebody with no breast. So what I'm trying to say, you all, is you gotta you better get in on this.
You have to be who you are from the beginning to the end. Say, this is me, baby. Like it or not.
Yeah,
not changing. Pastor been the same ever since I met him. Y'all see how crazy he is.
I did leave a shoe in the house, but go ahead on.
But he has been the same. Okay, so remember Genesis 2:24, the progression. He has to leave his mom and his dad. And then next it says that he has to hold fast or cling to his wife, not his mama, not his daddy, but his wife. And then lastly, the guy is told to become one flesh.
Yeah.
That's where the sexual intimacy come in with the wife, y'all.
And that doesn't mean let them drive your car. You drive the car when you get married. You buy the car.
That's what 224 is.
You're right. You buy the car. Don't let them test drive your car. Because they're going to test drive it, take it back to the dealer, and then they're going to drive somebody else's car. And they're going to see another car down the street because they tired of driving your car. They're going to drive another car. So if they had, listen good. If you've been shacking up with somebody for more than a year or more than 2 years, it is very possible that you ain't gonna get married. They're not gonna marry you. They're not gonna marry you. It is very, I didn't say that. I said it's very possible. I know somebody been shacking up for 30 years, and then some people shack up or live together because of they getting Social Security or something, or getting something with AFDC or whatever they call that, and so they want to keep on getting it. So they just shack up. You know, that ain't what God's plan is. God is not going to put His hand on no mess. All right, He's not going to do it. Don't expect God to. You just looking at me.
I'm just listening because you know it is.
Don't expect God to bless a unmarried situation. He's just not going to do that. Quit saying quit shacking up and saying the Lord bought the table for y'all. The Lord bought the bedroom for y'all. The Lord ain't did that. You bought it. You bought it. He ain't did that. you better get in on this, right?
So with Genesis 2:24, with that scripture, you can also find that in Mark 10:7 and Ephesians 5:31. And remember, it doesn't say that a man shall leave and shack up. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't say that he should shack up with a woman, but that he should leave and cleave to his wife. Okay? So that verse right there makes it clear that living together should naturally come after marriage.
And don't be going places where listen. Listen. Women, listen to a man. Don't let him drive your car. Don't let him drive you. Don't let him drive you around, and then.
That's right, pumpkin love.
And
leave and cleave.
And then park your car somewhere else. Don't let him tell you, well, I need to see what you're all about, to see what you're all about before we get married and all that kind of stuff. If you quit letting them see what you're all about, you quit letting them see what you're all about, and just let them be what do you call that? Let them wonder.
The curiosity.
Yeah, curiosity, but don't let them kill the cat.
Don't let them get the cat.
Don't let them get the cat. The curiosity, because that's what the problem is. They getting the cat, and then they gonna get another bobcat. Then they getting the tomcat, and they getting all these. See, y'all doing way too much. God don't want you to be. He don't want us to have no sex before marriage. And you know what? You know why? Why do you think God don't want you to have it? Not only He just don't want you to have sex because of according to His commandments and stuff, but He don't want you to have sex because you need to, when you get ready to go on your honeymoon and y'all shacking all up. What kind of honeymoon? What you going on a honeymoon for? You been shacking up.
You can still go on a honeymoon.
Honeymoon and what? A honeymoon is for two people who never had sex before, never shacked up, and they're going to find each other out. That's what they going. That's what a honeymoon is. Now I know we went on a honeymoon. We had Kanisha already and all that. But I'm smarter now.
They can still go on the honeymoon.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you can go on a honeymoon, but it ain't gonna be no honeymoon. It's gonna be on. You gonna be on the moon, but not a honeymoon. You're on the moon, all right, but you ain't on the honeymoon.
Goodness. Y'all see what I have to live with.
It's just real talk, y'all. It is just so crazy.
Okay, Sister Skinner, we'll talk to you later.
It is so crazy how so many people, y'all, is just have just taken marriage and thrown it under the curb, and just so many people just throw God's original intent, just throw it away. Yeah. Just throw it away. I mean, it's like it doesn't even matter. You just got to see everything. You want to know everything. Like you trying out something. I was telling someone earlier. I said, you know what? Sometime maybe you better get in on this right here.
Well, I'm just gonna get on something else because we had somebody ask the question: what if you live together, Christians, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance? What if you live together but you're not having sex?
Please. Come on now, please. Okay. Who you know live together as boyfriend and girlfriend and ain't having sex? That's what I thought. So it sounds good. If you that bad, you's a bad joker.
Yeah, because when you live together, that's going to create some temptation, y'all. And then when you living together, you start doing things like you married, so you undressing in front of one another.
Walking,
you showering,
walking across the door,
together, but you're not having sex.
Telling him he can sleep on the couch and you sleep on the bed, and then 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, his legs. Come on, y'all, don't play with it.
Yes, living together brings temptation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. And once he done, most of the time, a lot of times, y'all listen to me real good. Once you done allow the man to drive your car, and then you keep on driving it, and then after a while, if you don't be careful, he gonna bounce on you. He's gonna bounce on you. But nowadays they got women that just like men, they got women that want to try out the man. This world is just whatever. I'm telling you, they got women.
Well, I think people been hurt so much
yeah.
that they don't trust anybody. And the Bible say trust no man, but still you don't have to let them try you out. You don't have to let them test drive you.
If they quit letting these men, and if the men and the women quit letting each other try each other out and get to know each other, once you had sex with them, you had sex with other people, those are spirits. And those spirits, what do you call that?
Soul ties.
Soul ties. Yeah, if you meet somebody and they driving your car around, and then they driving this car around, this other car around, and then now they with you in all these cars, those are all demonic spirits. And before God really can do anything with you, you have to dismiss all of those spirits where He can really work with you. You got too many spirits. These are spirits. These are when you're having sex with somebody that you're not married to, that's a spirit. And then you don't know what the other person is doing. That's a spirit. Now you got all of these soul ties. You got all of these demonic forces around, and you think you can have a pure situation. Come on, y'all. Now, that's just not going to work. We have to get smarter and wiser, and do what God's original intentions was for the husband to find the wife, and then you all date like Mary and Joseph and them doing. But make sure you don't be all in the car at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Because you already know what that's going to do. Amen. And then be in public places and don't bring in the sex, because once you do that, once they talk you into it, once you talk your husband, your boyfriend into it, once you talk your girlfriend into it, it changes the whole situation changes. The whole situation changes.
We have to be careful that we don't put our self-control to the test, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't shack up, then we won't be putting our self-control to the test, because the Bible lets us know that we have to flee from sexual immorality.
Mm-hmm.
In 1 Corinthians 6 and 18, okay? We have to abstain from sexual immorality. And then for those of you who say that you live together but you're not having sex, well, if you're a Christian and we're seeing you live together but you're not having sex, you have to shun the very appearance of evil.
Mm-hmm.
So you living together is not doing that. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, evangelist.
Yeah, the very appearance of evil. Y'all, now, we grown. And you already know if you're shacking up, you already feel like this ain't going nowhere. What you need to do, I'm telling you like I tell other people, you need to leave that place. Go back to your place or wherever your house is, wherever your mama, wherever you need to go, and separate that situation, and then get to know each other on that level. And then before you all two get back together, make sure that you're married. That way God can put His hands on it and anoint the house. He ain't anointing no mess. He's just not going to do it. He's not going to do it. I know y'all ain't used to hearing this right here. Y'all may think we kind of lost it, but at the end of the day, we still got to tell you the truth. We just have to tell you the truth. And the truth is, and one of my uncles would say, the truth will set you free. So, listen, it may hurt, but bounce on them. Go back to your place.
They said, what if somebody want to test drive it because they want to know if it's going to be some gas in there for the long term?
Well, I don't know what long term is, because when you get about 65, 70 years old, things a little bit different, So, I mean, I understand they got the stuff that they're doing now. But what I'm saying, don't wear yourself out. You have to, they enter this test drive. This is why I believe God's really just don't want us, He just wants us to he that finds a wife finds someone. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. And then He lets you just get married, and then you find out all the rest of that stuff. You don't need to be checking everything out and testing people and have your girlfriend or your husband or girlfriend or boyfriend trying to size them up and tell them what kind of person you expect them to be and how you want this and how you want that. That ain't what God's original intention was. Even original intention was you to get married and you learn all that stuff out while you're married. you learn everything out while you're married. Mm-hmm. You don't test drive. You buy it. Then when you buy it, when you buy it, you see what's wrong with it, and then you pray to God, and y'all come together, and He can fix it for you.
Well, that's the problem. I think too many people want to test drive and find out what's wrong, and then when they find out what's wrong, then they want to go park the car.
Take the car back to the dealer.
Yeah, they want to take it back to the dealer. So you never had the intention of purchasing that car, of marrying that person. You just wanted to test drive.
And then some people want to tell you why you're shacking up with them. You know, I want to get married, but when we get married, we're gonna get a prenuptial agreement. Prenup, or however you want to say it. Anyway, what they're saying is, if they got a house, and if something happened between y'all, they keep their house. That's what they're saying. All right. Now, what I'm saying is, I wouldn't marry nobody like that, because that ain't what God's intention was.
That's a condition.
That's a condition. That's a conditional marriage. That means they want to keep. That means they're assuming that this marriage is not gonna last. you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to say to the ladies, when you're dating, don't let him pressure you into having sex with him. He gonna tell you all these lies.
Some of these women is trying to want the men to have sex with them.
I'm talking.
Okay, go ahead.
Before I was so rudely interrupted. Now you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, so they will tell you lies to have you to make you have sex with them, and they will act like they're gonna leave you if you don't. Well, get the pushing, partner. I'm telling you, ladies, you got a jewel.
Yes.
You keep that jewel on lock until he put a ring on it and say, "I do."
And have said, "I do."
Until he said, "I do," you don't.
Mm-hmm. And then we got to chime out here. But make sure, now, when I do marriages, when I marry people, I just got to tell y'all this. I make sure that when you get married, that I am the one that take the marriage license and put a stamp on it and take it and drop it in the mailbox. Because I have seen people, preachers, give the marriage license to the mail, and he gonna take it and put it in his back pocket and never drop it off at the county. So therefore, he's living with you, shacking up, and never was married. You know, it's that kind of a crazy world that we in. So just be real careful about shacking. Don't shack up. Don't shack up. If you're shacking up, get out of it. Get out of it. Go back to wherever you stay at. I know y'all probably got cars and y'all done start buying stuff together, and now y'all got a house together. Now y'all have furniture together. Now all of that stuff is together. You're just gonna have to leave it and let God and do the right thing, and let God bring y'all back together, married, and that way again He can put His hands on it. And what God has joined together, let no man asunder. When God joined together, y'all, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So living together, it might seem good at first, but it rarely ends in a vibrant, committed, flourishing marriage. You can look at statistics, y'all. When you shacking up, it is very rare that man or that woman is going to marry you. And a lot of times you are their rebound. Yeah. And you have to be careful, ladies and men, in relationships. You are the rebound, and they get over their spouse or their past relationship, and they use you and hurt you because they end up leaving once they get healed from that past relationship through using you. And that's a bad feeling. You crying now, and you taking pills and starting to drink. Never drunk before, never used to drink before. And now you messed all up because that person, male or female, done left you because you just a rebound and all that. Don't let them try you out. Don't let them try you out. That's it. Don't let them try you out. Y'all, we gonna have to hit. We already at 6:29. We 15 minutes over. See, we get in this kind of stuff, and we just don't. We just get. It's a difficult subject. People don't want to talk about it. But we have to be real, and I have to be real. You know that I did live a shoe over our house and stuff, but we have to be real. We want to help somebody, and God wants you to be married. He said it's good. It is not good for man to be alone. He wants us to be married. Quit saying I don't want to be married because men are dogs and men are this and them, or women is men and women is this right here. Just stop all that. It is a good thing to be married, but you have to go at it right. You have to go at it the way God's original intention is, and not what society is saying. Now try it out, drive it first, all that old crazy stuff. No, that ain't the way God's intention was. If you want this thing to work out right, if you want to be married to somebody and stuff, and you want God's hand on it, you're gonna have to do it God's way. That's just it. That's just it. That's just it. That's just it, y'all. So we get ready to leave you all. We want to thank you all for tuning in. I know y'all want us to keep on going and stuff, and we can keep going. Trust me. This is a subject that I want to talk about, but hopefully we will help. Hopefully we help some of you all out. I know you may feel offended or whatever, but that's too bad. I can't do nothing about that. All I can do is just tell you what we believe God's original intentions was, and why you in the mess. If you're in the mess, why you're in the mess that you're in. All right. So we're just trying to help you out.
We don't want you to be offended. We want you to be convicted by the Holy Spirit. Okay. And just remember, y'all, planned marriage, that's a cheap imitation of God's original design for us. That's like eating a cake before the party. Don't let them eat the cake before the party, y'all. Let's honor marriage in the same way that God does. Amen.
It's tough. It's tough. So anyway, y'all, listen. Love y'all. Some of y'all men out there, I know y'all probably saying, he should never said that. I know y'all gonna be fussing. Y'all gonna be fussing with your girlfriend because she gonna be trying to tell you she's finna get out, and you gonna try to talk her back in to stand in. And we already know all that kind of stuff like that. But if you want stuff to be right, do it God's way. God's way or the highway. All right, listen, y'all be blessed. Thank you, and remember, we both know a little bit about a whole lot. And in all thy getting, get understanding. And you ask, we answer. And thank you, the person that wanted us to talk about this from California. And there's one more thing that you have on here. What was it? Oh, yeah. Listen, y'all. We need y'all to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need y'all to do that tonight. It don't cost nothing. It's free. All right, it's free because we're probably going to be doing this pretty soon on YouTube. So we want y'all to go and subscribe, all right? Listen, y'all be blessed. Love everybody. I hope we shook some people up, but, you know.
We hope we help some people.
We hope we help some people, all right? Y'all be blessed. God bless.
Good night.